Hello, I'm Kevin Watler, and this is your CMR Daily Buzz. Police have made an arrest in the fatal vehicle crash that killed 20-year-old Eleni Rebeb Villegas. The 39-year-old driver of the vehicle was arrested on suspicion of causing death by dangerous driving, and CMR understands Ignacia Francisco Pereiro Sur was the driver. CMR also understands that only one of the women who was involved in the crash remained in hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Meanwhile, the family of Cuban national Eleni is asking for assistance in returning her body back home for a funeral. Originally from Santa Clara, Cuba, the 20-year-old moved to the Cayman Islands about 6 years ago to stay with her father and his family. A go-get funding page has been created for the cause. Police confirm a 31-year-old man residing in Cayman Brac was arrested on Saturday on suspicion of possession of cocaine. CMR understands Devin Wright Jr. was found with a package of suspected cocaine after officers stopped and searched the vehicle he was traveling in the vicinity of Soundway and North Sound Road in Grand Cayman. He has since been formally charged with possession of a controlled drug and appeared in court on Monday. His arrest did spark rumors in Cayman Brac, as Devin Wright Jr. is the boyfriend of the mother whose child went missing and was found lifeless along the Iron Shore in Cayman Brac. A stolen firearm was found by the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service on Tuesday following a search of an area of public land off Shamrock Road in the Spots area. During the search, officers recovered a Remington shotgun and 3 cartridge cases, which have since been confirmed as stolen during a burglary in Northside last month. No arrests have been made so far as the investigation continues. Police continue to look for Luisto Eusebio Hernandez in relation to firearm offenses. He is considered armed and dangerous and should not be approached. If seen, call 911 immediately. The search is still on for 2 missing men. 53-year-old Noel Paul Manning has been missing since June 24th, and 26-year-old Adrian Williamson has been missing since July 6th. Now you are asked to contact your nearest police station if you see them. Anonymous tips can be provided directly to the RCIPS via their confidential tip line at 949-7777 or via their website. Miss Universe Cayman Islands franchise is seeking legal advice in light of the ongoing scandals surrounding this year's competition and public outcry for them to resign. The revelation came as many are also calling on the Ministry of Tourism and Transport to issue a public statement on the matter. There is no indication as to what exactly the legal advice is in relation to. Meanwhile, the news has now gone international, and a popular pageant blogger who was to interview Tiffany Connolly canceled the interview, stating she needs to handle personal matters before interviews. The Ministry of Border Control and Labor is advising the public of a letter promoting work in the Cayman Islands that is not affiliated with Workforce Opportunities and Residency Cayman, usually called WORK, or Customs and Border Control. Acting Deputy Chief Officer for the Ministry of Border Control and Labor, Danielle Roberts, said, "We are aware of the misrepresentation of temporary work permits being circulated on social media using suspicious Instagram accounts. While investigations are underway, we caution the public to refrain from engaging with any government social media that may not seem legitimate." The Grand Court has issued a winding-up order for Safeguard Security Services, a company managed by the Security Center, after founder Adrian Briggs accused the Security Center of mismanagement of the 28-year-old business. Mr. Briggs filed a petition for the company to be wound down, stating the Security Center, which was appointed originally to provide management services, has wrongly appropriated business and goodwill of the company. According to court documents, Mr. Briggs believes Security Center wrongly acted in competition with the company in breach of the shareholders' agreement and contrary to the understandings between both parties. More information on each of these stories can be found at CaymanMallRoad.com. Now for your CMR weather update, it's brought to you by WG Charters. Sunrise at 6:05, mostly sunny skies. The temperature rises to the high 80s, but it will feel hotter than that. Now, when the high temperature is at 87 degrees Fahrenheit and the relative humidity is at 69% like the forecast calls for, the temperature will feel close to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be light, east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour, then the sun sets at 6:55. When it cools at nighttime, the temperature falls to the low 80s. Looking forward, similar weather conditions are expected. Over the weekend, the rain chance will increase, especially on Sunday. Overall, it's summertime, so those hot days and warm nights and scattered showers are very typical for this time of year. CMR weather updates are brought to you by WG Charters. They offer private boat trips for a great price, so we encourage you to support them. Now for some regional and international news. The U.S. CDC scaled back guidance for quarantining and testing to screen for COVID-19 in settings including schools, a relaxation of pandemic precautions that reflects higher protection from vaccines, treatments, and prior infection. The CDC on Thursday said it no longer recommends that people quarantine after being exposed to the virus as long as they don't feel sick, get tested after 5 days, and wear a high-quality mask, among others, for 10 days. People should still isolate from others for at least 5 days if they test positive, the CDC said. The agency also no longer recommends screening asymptomatic people for the virus in most settings. The CDC said screening might still be beneficial in high-risk places, including long-term care and correctional facilities. Rescue divers have failed to reach 10 workers trapped in a flooded Mexican coal mine, according to authorities. The workers have been trapped inside the mine since last week, and shafts clogged with debris paired with bad visibility hindered the first attempts by divers to locate them. 4 attempts were made Wednesday, but divers were unable to get very far. Authorities believe the miners breached a wall shared with another flooded area. 5 miners were able to escape with injuries, but rescue workers have not been able to make contact with the 10 who remain trapped. It's unclear if they are still alive. Shalane Allen, the 42-year-old Jamaican policewoman who was charged with smuggling more than 1,000 grams of cocaine into the United States, has been sentenced to nearly 3 years in prison. Allen was handed her sentence of 33 months in a Florida federal court. The former cop had pleaded guilty to the importation of 500 grams or more of cocaine. The second charge for possession with intent to distribute 500 grams or more of cocaine was dismissed. The United States Coast Guard says it has offloaded 2,425 pounds of seized cocaine following 3 separate at-sea interdictions in the Caribbean Sea. The Coast Guard said 14 persons from the Dominican Republic who were detained during the operations are now facing U.S. federal prosecution in Puerto Rico. The seized drugs has an estimated wholesale value of approximately U.S. $22 million. That's it for now on the Daily Buzz. Thanks for joining me. Please stay safe and God bless.